The Ring magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. It's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for, I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said like he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25.
No, Crawford is good. Crawford is good. And I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And, Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight. So I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long, long time. So, Crawford, when he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, and you stay working for a long time, you have a puncher's chance.
What happens when the Mexican monster David Benavidez puts his full backing behind Terence "Bud" Crawford in one of the most surprising potential super fights boxing has ever seen? This is not just commentary from the sidelines. These words come from the fighter many see as the real threat of the super middleweight division, the man who has been after Canelo Alvarez for years. And now he is making it clear that Crawford has what it takes to beat him.
But what if Canelo shoves you again in this press conference?
I'm gonna cry like a baby.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
But this is not about blind loyalty or personal issues. Benavidez has broken it down step by step, explaining exactly why he believes Bud can take out Canelo. So let's dive in. The first thing people bring up when comparing Canelo and Crawford is weight. Canelo is naturally the bigger fighter, competing at 168 and even moving up to light heavyweight. Crawford, on the other hand, has been dominating welterweights at 147 and more recently making noise at 154. On paper, that size difference looks huge.
Has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the million-dollar question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all. No. Berlanga's a big kid. Right. Yeah. So it makes me think, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. Right. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle. And we know that for a fact. It happened with Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem, and Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't you think Canelo's a better fighter than he was then? Today?
A better fight? Yeah, a little better. Yeah, his footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed. He's very heavy on his feet.
Obviously, Canelo has the power to hurt anyone.
In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure, and the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, and he doesn't run. And he has that heart. He's a dog. He has that heart. You want to fight me? I'm gonna fight you.
But this is where Benavidez points it out. Crawford's whole career has been about moving up in weight and making it look easy. He started at lightweight, became undisputed at 140, dominated at 147, and now he is ready to test himself again. Every time critics said he was too small, Crawford went in and proved them wrong.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68? I
don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Meanwhile, Canelo has not always looked his best when moving up in weight. Remember when he stepped to light heavyweight against Dimitri Bivol, he was outboxed. He could not overpower the bigger fighter, and his usual dominance was missing.
The best active resume in the sport, just in terms of names, in terms of wins, accomplishments. The only two blemishes on your record, obviously, Floyd Mayweather and Bivol. I've heard fighters say that they learn more from losses than wins. Which of those fights did you learn from, or which one bothered you the most just out of those two?
Bothered me more like the Bivol fight because, you know, I think I'm not in my 100% in that fight. I should be stop it and take more time. At the end of the day, everything happened for a reason, and I learned my lesson in that way, and that's it.
And that's the key contrast Benavidez highlights. Crawford has proven he can succeed against bigger opponents, while Canelo has shown struggles when he steps too far outside his comfort zone.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
So if history has shown us anything, it is that Crawford knows how to succeed when moving into new divisions. Still, the weight gap is real, and Benavidez admits it. He openly said the biggest question is whether Crawford can handle Canelo's power, because Alvarez is not just another 168-pound fighter. He is a man known for breaking down champions with body shots that shake entire arenas.
Now, Canelo Crawford, who you got in that one?
I think Canelo's going to win only because of the size. You know what I mean? Crawford is coming up 3 weight classes. So I think, you know, Canelo's more of a natural super middleweight. This is Crawford's first super middleweight fight. So I got to go. I'm not going for Canelo. I'm just picking him.
I think he's going to win.
I think he's going to win.
I've been to your last 5-6 fights. You're a monster. You're a beast. You versus Canelo, what's that fight look like? Are you knocking him out, or?
I'll beat the shit out of him. You know, I can't say I will knock him out because, you know what I mean? He's a great fighter. He's never been knocked out, but I could definitely say that I'd put a beating on him. I'd put hands on him worse than anybody's that ever put hands on him.
Right, and he's a legend.
He's a legend, but I feel like I'm in my own way. I'm a legend. You know what I mean? That's why I'm calling all the great fighters, and I'm showing it. I'm showing why I want to be a legend. So, at the end of the day, I ain't scared of nobody. I'll fight anybody, whenever, whoever.
Do you feel like
whenever?
Do you feel like you got to play nice with Canelo? Like if you're talking shit in the media, he's not gonna fight you? Or
I mean,
what do you feel like? Honestly, give me your honest. Like, is it a money thing or?
To be honest with you, bro, I just feel like he don't. It's not of a money thing. I feel like once I beat him, all his fame goes to me. You know, all his people go to me. So it's like a passing of the torch. And I just don't think he likes me. I don't think he likes me. So I don't think he would want to pass the torch to me.
Do you like Canelo?
I don't have no problem with him. I've never met him. I've never seen him. I don't have a problem with him.
Yeah,
you know,
you're a classy guy. Yeah.
Outside the ring, I have no problem with him. In the ring, I have a problem with him.
Many boxing analysts share that same concern. If Crawford cannot handle those heavy shots, it could be a tough night. But Benavidez sees it differently. He believes Crawford has one of the strongest chins in the sport. We have seen him get caught before, like in the fight with Mean Machine, where he was clipped but quickly recovered and went on to dominate. Crawford does not fold under pressure. Benavidez is basically saying if anyone has the mental strength and composure to withstand Canelo's power, it is Crawford. And if he can weather the early storm, the fight could swing his way.
Feeling great. I've been working out. You know, actually, I just got done running before we, you know, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Another point Benavidez brings up is what Crawford does behind closed doors in the gym. He does not limit himself to sparring guys his own size. He goes in with much bigger names. We are talking about fighters like Andre Ward, a former light heavyweight champion, and one of the best of his generation.
You know, we got in the ring, he was so locked in. I was so locked in, like there was nothing really to say. We both locked in and we both focused on the task at hand. It was dope. It was dope. And I appreciate Dre for even, you know, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him. You know, I can say that, you know, I sparred Andre Ward. That's dope.
So while many fans worry about Crawford being too small, Benavidez argues he has been getting ready for this type of challenge for years. He is used to fighting bigger men. He is used to outsmarting and outspeeding opponents who on paper look like they should overwhelm him.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots.
Boots is my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I could bet the house on is Bud, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
If you are in the gym trading rounds with fighters much bigger than you, then stepping in against Canelo does not seem like an impossible jump. For Crawford, it feels like just another day of work.
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. As simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Then comes the X-Factor speed. Canelo is a skilled counterpuncher, but no one calls him the fastest in the sport. Crawford is different. He is known for sharp timing, quick reflexes, and the ability to change pace instantly. Benavidez stressed this point, saying Bud's speed could change the entire fight. Even Manny Pacquiao has backed this up.
Coming up September, what do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in the higher weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Because when the bigger, stronger fighter cannot land clean punches, frustration sets in. We saw it with Canelo against Bivol, and even years ago against Floyd Mayweather. When he cannot connect, his activity slows down, and he begins waiting for openings that never appear. That is when Crawford's speed, movement, and adaptability can take control. There is a reason Floyd once called him easy work.
No, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Live only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Now here is where things turn personal. Benavidez has had long-running issues with Canelo, and he did not hold back. He called him out again, accusing him of using steroids, something he has said many times before. So when Benavidez claims Crawford can beat Canelo, it is not only about skills but also about karma. He believes Canelo has been avoiding real challenges, dodging him and protecting his spot, and that eventually it will catch up. In his view, there is no one better to hand that lesson out than Terence Crawford, the most disciplined and clean pound-for-pound fighter of this era. To see why Benavidez is this outspoken, you have to know the backstory. For years, fans have wanted Canelo versus Benavidez, the fight that would prove who the true king of 168 is. But time after time, Canelo has turned away.
You think fighting the 4-pound smaller king does more for your career than facing the bigger, menacing Mexican monster and David Benavidez? Do you think this fight does more for your career than fighting David Benavidez?
You can see the career of Terence Crawford or Benavidez. Terence Crawford is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes, many championship fights. So he brings me something to the table. He brings me something to the table for my history, and that's all about.
Do you really think fighting the smaller pound-for-pound king does more for your career than facing the bigger, dangerous Mexican monster David Benavidez? Does this matchup add more to your legacy than stepping in with Benavidez? Look at his career. He is an undefeated fighter, a two-division champion, with many world title bouts. He brings real value to the table for history, and that is what it should be about.
He's fighting his career. My career too. That'd be the biggest paycheck he makes in his career. If I'm such a bad fighter that he could come beat me, then I'm nothing. Why wouldn't you just come beat me, shut me up, get the respect from the people, and make a big paycheck? What's the problem?
To him, you're not the first guy I'm gonna look at the list and say, yeah, give me that guy.
How long does the list have to go to until you say I want a good fight for my people?
You beat Bivol to become champion. Do you think you entice Canelo? Like, this dude beat the dude that beat you.
That was my play. I'm tired of talking about Canelo. I don't think he's ever gonna give me an opportunity.
It's up because there's a lot of money.
It's not even about the money.
100 million, dude.
When you're a warrior, bro, the only thing you think about is glory. I've never thought about money. It's always a prize. If I go out there and beat Canelo, bro, I'm a legend. I'm gonna live forever in boxing as a legend.
Canelo versus Crawford is not just another big money fight. It is two of the greatest of their era meeting in a cross-division showdown. For Canelo, it is about protecting his legacy. Beating Crawford would silence critics, prove that size matters, and confirm he is still the face of boxing. For Crawford, it is about chasing greatness. A win over Canelo means conquering a fourth weight class, beating the biggest star in the sport, and securing his place in history. So who really takes it? If you ask Benavidez, the answer is simple. Crawford has the game plan. Move up the right way, use speed to frustrate Canelo, rely on the tough sparring he has had with bigger men, survive the power, and take Canelo into deep waters where the fight can change.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Dean. But if you see it the other way, the question is clear. Can Crawford really deal with the physical strength? Because if he cannot, one hard body shot or right hand from Canelo could end it all. The boxing world is completely divided on Crawford versus Canelo. Andre Ward is fully backing Bud, saying if anyone can move up 3 weight classes and make it work, it is Terence Crawford.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Dimitri Bivol, the man who already beat Canelo at a higher weight, also believes Crawford has the skills but warns that power at 160 and above is on another level. Shakur Stevenson is fully confident, though saying Bud will break Canelo down with his ring IQ and sharp footwork.
Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Corey, how you got a decision to stop this? Because Breadman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop it.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud could crack too. So.
Teen. Teofimo Lopez said it clearly Bud is the better boxer without doubt, but the size difference could still be a major obstacle.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, They say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital. So maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown.
And Oscar de la Hoya went the other way, completely dismissing Crawford, saying if you could not move Madrimov, how do you expect to stop Canelo? He will run you out of the ring.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring!
So that wraps up today's video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss future uploads. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned, we will see you in the next one.